thought I booted off computers too. I think I'm just going crazy. Take time to open my drink. And says running. Sounds about right. In the meantime, we can turn the live chat windows. And looks like my macros is going to be offline for a bit of time. What update is there? I hate software that I thought I turned automatic updates off. Oh well. What software you have to really update either way? Looks like everything's booting on up. And let that load. Sega. And looks like everything's good to go. Since my macros, know what? I can fix it by moving my keyboard over more to the left, so I can use the arrow keys for my left hand rather than using my WASD. That's what macros is for. Sorry for all the extra noise, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Start from the top. That's the name I'm seeing quite often. Hopefully this is good enough. Let's go ahead and get started. Originally, the Computers 1 versus map is Langries, or how to pronounce that. But of course, this one is Langriskaya to make it more. Can't tell you if it's Russian, Polish, or what. Definitely Eastern European of some sort. I'm guessing Dracula. That's definitely a species of people, right? Let's. Ow. I don't know how many times people that happens to other people, but it happens to me all the time. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Compuros 2 replay. Well, on the north side, as the blue Wehrmacht forces, or Austria forces, got 110, which is the binary code of 6. Because this would be 0, 2, 4, and those together, yeah, 6. It's on the south side as the red UK forces, who has some idle Royal Engineers. You've got to rally them forward. That is a common mistake that I've made too many times. We have C. Blanco, who's immediately locked in the Lend-Lease Assault Regiment. He's not going to be insulting, but assaulting. Though, if he plays poorly, that would be insulting. Mission sector being captured on up. Standard capturing game, nothing too crazy. Boom wires around the tractor. Sorry, something just seems weird to thought about the top of that tractor. Is that some sort of like massive heat sink or radiator? I don't know. Cars, let alone tractors. From who knows what year that was built. Grenadiers engaging the Royal Engineers. Another assault section now deployed in the field. Got double Grenadier, MG42, standard build opener there. And not an uncommon build opener nowadays for the Brits. MG42 set on up. Grenadiers get a bit of damage there. We do have the Royal Engineers moving over here. Looks like they try to build some sandbags, but they of course explode with great force. Assault section does go ahead and best off retreats away. Grenadiers push forward.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
And the assault infantry section will be on to decapture this cutoff sector. Very nice.
Supply line's been cut.
And it looks like they just pepper up the tier 1 structure. That's what I'm seeing or hearing. Needs to retarget towards the assault section as they are assaulting. Pioneers push forward. Grenadiers just fall back a little bit there. Falls back nice and early because he saw the MG42. Royal Engineers do not get peppered up there. And the cutoff sector has been captured. Needs to decapture it soon or recapture it soon entirely. Not necessarily decapture. You need a full recapture it to no longer be a cut off. Though I suppose capturing up the central sector here. If you look at this central sector, this can provide supply if this sector is also secured, as well as even the mission sector. So this will provide income by capturing central point, which is nice. We got the intersections push right forward. Vickers firing away, hitting. That's the MG squad. Pioneers go overrun. Does deny the capture of this sector there. Grenadiers back here. Capture the cutoff sector, so no longer cut off. 2 assault sections and the assault section and the sections should be able to overrun the Grenadiers no problem. He's in the intersection first. Probably should hit the assault section first. Needs to fall back now. Does flank the Vickers. Vickers sticks around. Prevents the Grenadier from immediately engaging the Royal Engineers who are pretty low in health. We have the assault section captured over there. We've got the intersection center. And we've got the assault section here pinned down by the MG42. Denies the full capture of the sector. Do now have the assault section push way forward.
Work to construct a new platoon command post is finished.
Garrison slowly engaged. We do have this assault section falling back. Royal Engineers pushing forward. Panzer Grenadiers now pulled in the field. The second Panzer Grenadiers are on. First Panzer Grenadiers already on the field. Second Panzer Grenadiers is actually rallying to the first Panzer Grenadiers. You can see by the rally flag there. So the second Panzer Grenadier will actually follow that squad there. And I just saw something got wiped out over here. I thought it did. I thought I saw a blue dot here that disappeared. Maybe it's one of the Muslim Grenadiers that got picked off. I see all the squads there. He had 2 Grenadiers and not 2 Panzer Grenadiers. MG42 and Pioneer still exists. Got some Thompsons not being built. Medic deployed in the field by the Brits. I have a good feeling we're going to see a bundle grenade soon. And this guy's getting overran. Bundle grenade will do most damage here. He's retargeting the wars in light cover there. Panzer Grenadiers on the flank. Very good. Hit the guy behind heavy cover. This guy should probably does not throw a bundle grenade and run. Do now have the sector being decaptured, but the assault section there almost gets wiped out. Goes out white. No, just regular smoke. A lot of damage there. Maybe a good idea to throw a rifle grenade, a bundle grenade into the mix. Nope, he's not doing that. And falling back both squads there, forfeiting the point. Right now, the British player does have excellent field control of both fuel sectors. It has one military sector. The other one is currently despicably neutral and waving the French flag. It's not really waving any flag. Grenadiers cover the fuel sectors. Grenadiers heading to the VP. Grenadiers or Panzer Grenadiers to the VP. Let's see now. Battle Phase 1 course has been researched. 50 fuel. Probably going to get tier 2 just to get out pack 40. Let's see. Brits. Oh, that's a pile of fuel. He has enough to tech up. By the time that gets all completed, he's probably pretty close to a Cromwell or a Centaur. So it's probably a good idea to get that tech up structure as soon as you can. Grenadiers advancing. We'll find this guy here. There's a lot of guys here. Pyrotechnic squad, very nice. Assault sections sort of blobbing along the flank. Pioneers do catch a point. Oh, S-mines. I didn't see the flags at a brief moment. I think I didn't see it because it was like the thing was like a bit more vertical, horizontal. And there goes the Pioneers. They found the enemy. Grenadiers do fall back. With the amount of assault intersections, that 2-2 wouldn't be half bad. Of course, doesn't have tier 2. He's been rebuilding the Pioneer immediately. Oh, I hear the Vickers hits the Grenadiers and force them back. Grenadiers engaging the squad there. I hear a base artillery. That's what I'm hearing. For some reason I thought it was like, it sounds like a pack howitzer, but no, that's not correct. More sandbags being built. The British player has teched up. He's pretty close to a Centaur or Cromwell. Right now, an early Centaur would be very good. Early Centaur, then go to a Firefly for AT. Panzer Grenadiers do get... Oh! Bundle grenade thrown there. For some reason I thought the Panzer Grenadiers threw the smoke grenade. I got really confused by that. There is some doctrines that give them access to smoke grenades. British players actually low on munitions. Wonder. I guess Thompson, so that's where he spent all his munitions on. And rip support the squad there. Definitely need medical supplies this guy. What doctrine could he go for? Elite troops, Jaeger infantry, German mechanized. You can't really afford fuel in the 251 half-track. Command tank is nice and all, but I think right now Tiger Ace. I like Stormtroopers. Stormtrooper of G43 is Austria's best unit in the game, but he has plenty of infantry in the field, so he doesn't need Stormtroopers. Right now, I think the Tiger Ace doesn't have the missions to really support any of these doctrines. Maybe command tank? I don't know what doctrine the Wehrmacht players should go for. Vickers and MG42 both in range of each other. Does spot this guy here. We could see a rifle grenade there. I'm just keep him selected, see if this gets deployed. Pyrotechnic squad does get suppressed. And looks like he's starting to engage. Just retreats on back. You see here 3 members. Pack 4 deploying the field. Second pack 4 on the build queue. He knows he's behind. Centaur on the build queue. I do believe that's a good idea. The Wehrmacht player does have quite a bit of fuel, but doesn't have to tack up. So he's still about 100-ish fuel away from a Panzer IV. Not to mention the British player has more fuel income. Next item the British player should probably go for is a Firefly. Even though there's no anti-tank or tank asset for the shoot, by the time he can deploy a Firefly, there will be a tank asset. Plus, he doesn't have a 6-pounder, which is a little bit dangerous at the moment. Only a little. Oh, he cancels the Centaur. Cromwell. Honestly, with no anti-tank asset, that's actually quite understandable. He can, with our castle vision, we know he can get away with a Centaur. Oh, that just run sandbags lagged in my game. Some mines, S mines are there. Tried to decapture the sector there, but Pioneers do lose out versus almost everything. Very few things Pioneers can beat. Bone grenade has been thrown. Wipes the entire squad there. Due to the fact that all three windows are there, so all three models are there, he exploded quite nicely. Panzer Grenadiers get inside the garrison. Another Vickers is there. Grenadiers are hitting them. Could have suppressed the Grenadiers. But also got exploded by the Grenadiers. They are indeed Grenadiers, so they have the capability of throwing Grenadiers or grenades. Grenades. That joke was poor.
Capture point is being overrun.
Cromwell deployed on the field.
The enemy cut our supply line.
And of course, I got another spam bot. Maybe I should add auto mod to block *********. Maybe viewers? Viewers seems like a term that not really used all too often. Best is a term that's probably used a bit more often in streams than viewers. Asterisk. If I can probably auto mod that, that's probably the best term. Because I don't see that being used in any sort of streamer culture. Because most of the time you're going to spam out any symbol, it's probably going to be some sort of emoji. Cromwell's falling back. We've got some Royal Engineers not trying to repair it at the moment. Got some S mines there. Another Royal Engineer on the build queue.
A new engineer section is waiting for orders.
Another mortar on the build queue. Minesweeper does sweep the mines. He could try mainly detonating them to explode the Royal Engineers. You have to do that with a stray mortar shots of the Pack 40, and the Pack 40 won't be reliable at that. Huh. Oh, that's the Vickers model there. Salt suction, take some damage. I hear some mortars.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
We have now the fuel sector being secured.
Line's been cut.
Pyrotechnic squad. Oh, that's a mortar, not an MG. MG's back there. Oh, finds more S mines.
We're losing a capture point.
Repairs finished, courtesy of the Royal Engineers. Oh, fire, big! Sappers at the fire!
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Some tree shots there. We got the intersections pushed way forward. Another Cromwell on the build queue. The Veronk player, of course, does have Battle Phase 2 now.
Ready for action.
Panzer 4 will be overwhelmed. He does have double Pack 40 though. Good shot there by the Cromwell, hitting the good number of Panzer Grenadiers. Pack 40 gets one pen. Double taps it. Won't be able to finish off though. One Panzer Faust will not finish it off either. H42 suppresses down the Royal Engineers. Will not AoE suppress this guy just yet. He does AoE suppress there. Does get suppressed. And right from the grenade gets a good shot there.
They're trying to take it.
He self-boss the other Cromwell now. Your window fit for the game is off. Oh, I just realized that. I forgot to change it. That's for the Advanced Wars. Thank you. That is... I forgot to change it from Advanced Wars Days of Ruin. There we go. I always forget that sometimes. There we go, that should be fixed now.
A capture point is being overrun.
Do now have the intersection and... What am I thinking? Assault section, force back the MG42, overrunning it. Pack 40 is backing off nice and early, same with the mortar. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward. This Grenadiers needs to stay back and get some healing. Thanks for the notice. I would definitely not notice that. Pioneers falling on back. They'll get peppered up a little bit. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward. Oh, got a pyrotechnic flare there. And since it's already facing that direction, and the Panzer Grenadier gets double tapped by artillery. Since the artillery facing this direction, they had no time, no need to pack up and redeploy. It was a fast call-in. Panzer Grenadiers do get suppressed by the Vickers. Surprised he has an angle on that. Oh, short-barreled Panzer IV. He has gone for the German mechanized doctrine.
The enemy have 300 points. Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Pioneers getting overran. They do fall back now. Chopper Panzer IV backs on off, does get a pin there on the Cromwell. Packwood does get a pin there. Oh, I think I saw white phosphorus there, immolating the MG42. Cromwells do fall back. And the intersection there may get wiped out now. He was not, yep, does get wiped out there. Wasn't paying close enough attention. He does go for heat grenade, does get a quick shot in with the Cromwell first. Packford trying to set on up, trying to engage it. But of course, it got the bit of a shed here, or home. Granted, this is for World War II time, that's probably somebody's home, not a shed. It has windows, so definitely home. I think glass. When did glass become cheap enough you can put on sheds? Probably. Even then, you don't really see windows on sheds too much. We do now have Panzer Grenadiers heading down south. Do fall back there.
Supply lines being cut.
Cromwells do fall back. Over here, we do have the Grenadiers now falling back.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Sappers back to full strength.
Our supply line's broken.
Short-barrel Panzer IV advancing. Ooh, good shot there. Do you have now a Stug now being employed in the field? Not bad idea. Double Cromwell Whoop poses a bit of a problem there. Does have two Pack 40s and of course the Short-barrel Panzer IV. Though this guy pushed way too far forward, does not think he want to advance that far forward. Got lucky, avoided some shots there. Pack 40 sending up. Does not fetch one for target weak point. And more repairs now coming on up for the Cromwell. There's smoke here.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Panzergrenadiers here. Intersection does get outside the garrison. Panzergrenadiers do get splashed a little. Panzergrenadiers do get suppressed.
Overrun.
They do fall back. Cromwell's still firing away against them. Oh, is that a Tellermine? We do have a Tellermine here, which could be very important in the near future. Will the Pack 40 here? Probably not. Another Pack 40 rotating around. Down south, got the Shortbow Panzer 4 engaging the MG. Does get penned by the Cromwell. Stug now deployed in the field. And try to throw some shots out.
The AT gun you ordered is ready. Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Cromwell receiving some repairs.
Supplies
Does
being
take a pen there on the
swiftly.
Short Road Panzer 4.
Cut.
Does send one pen, does send two pens. Next volley. One pen. And miss. Panzergrenadiers getting suppressed. Royal Engineers getting suppressed. And the Cromwell, of course, will need some repairs. He does not have a doctrine for repairability. It always feels like half the British doctrines have that ability, even though they don't. I guess half these meta doctrines have it. Do you have another Pyrotech flight there? Nice rifle grenade there in the MG. Splash some of the other units. These guys are pretty stacked up each other.
Crew lost.
Panzer Grenadiers push along the flank. Grenadiers need to start falling back. Focus on this guy here. No, not. I'm talking about to the Panzer Grenadiers, not to the artillery. He may lose that Panzer Grenadier there. Pretty deadly straightforward. Ooh, and there goes the Panzer Grenadier as well. Big losses there for the Wehrmacht player. Got some good artillery shots there. I think that was still his own artillery. Because I'm trying to think, he doesn't have any artillery on the field. It may have been a mortar shot that helped out. Flak Panzer also went for both anti-air and anti-infantry. Cromwell getting repaired on up. The other Cromwell is healthy enough. One Panzerfaust may knock out its engine though.
Our attacking hammer tactics are ready for use.
Hammer can now be deployed in the field, which can allow his Cromwells to blitz if he has the ability applied to them.
Capture point. Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Grenadiers engaging the assault section. Cromwell pushing over here, throws a miss. Mortar hit there, or maybe that was the short barrel Panzer 4. Sound like both, honestly.
A capture point is being overrun.
Nope, we do have a bit of mortar smoke there, very nice.
Enemy down to 200
Cromwell is rotating around. We do have the various panzers here. Black Panzer engaging the assault section. British player has plenty of fuel. Does take a pen in the Stug. Thinks short barrel Panzer IV can still with another shot. So in other words, a normal Stug right now. Do have now Grenadiers taking some good damage there. Pack 4 engaging these units. All these units are suppressed over here. That guy popped up. Pack 40s. Rolls a miss. Gets a pen. Ostwin firing away. And looks like the Pirate Squad may get wiped on out. Does take a pen down the short barrel Panzer IV. Takes another pen in the short barrel Panzer IV. Firefly on the build queue.
Sappers back to full strength.
Puts a shot into the sandbags. Double taps that Cromwell. Assault section is pushed before, getting some hits there on the Panzer Grenadier.
Air support is coming as requested.
And the assault sections do back away. Grenadiers push right forward, mortar range a little bit short.
Sherman fire.
And we'll be dogpiling on that point a little bit. Oh, there's the Firefly. He does have enough conditions for some tulips, though he can't really span them out along with strafing support. He sees the Ostwind, so he knows the strafing support is going to have diminishing returns now. Trying to destroy some hedges like it was Computers 1. Does get splashed there a little bit.
Repairs finished, courtesy of the Royal Engineers.
The enemy are determined, and we are down to 300 points.
Do now have a strafing support being summoned. Also should back on off so it doesn't get distracted by shooting infantry. Tulips, no, those lose a short barrel Panzer IV there.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Panzer Grenadier is getting hit. Does hit the Firefly twice. Pack 40 connects. Panzer Grenadier needs to fall back. Ostwind getting hit. Firefly goes down. Stug hits Cromwell.
Enemy destroyed a vehicle.
Had such ones are going to use Tucker weak point, trying to destroy the aircraft, takes out the Ostwind, but continue falling back that one, strafing hitting these aircraft, or infantry units there. It looks like both of those, Stug does finish off before going down. Both the aircraft are still flying about. The Ostwind did not take out any of the aircraft. If we were to bring up the tactical map, we may yet can see the damage on these aircraft. Pioneer falls back. Another strafing run hits the Pack 40. One of them gets knocked out. Stug hits a pen there. He has gotten a second Stug on the field. That squad is pinned down. The Stug could crush that squad, though he will take some heat. Cromwell now for C2. Stug at Pack 40 connects. Stug does take a hit there. Panzergrenadiers who fall back there. Grenadiers engaging. Assault section needs to fall back. There's a regular smoke grenade there. Misses the MG42. And again, is he forced fire the ground or attack ordering? Remember, rifle grenade wipes him out. Very nice. That looked like attack ground thing. It was kept on missing. But I'm pretty sure this player knows he needs to do attack order. Maybe it was some sort of weird bugginess. Comet tank on the build queue, consuming the last of his fuel. The Wehrmacht player could eye for another short barrel Panzer IV. MG42 luring into MG42 does fall back before suppression gets inflicted.
Our capture point. They're trying to take
Carmel receiving some repairs. Panzergrenadiers push way forward. There's a bundle. Explodes a good chunk of that crew. MG42 set on pretty far position, wipes out the Vickers.
crew has been lost to enemy action. There's a Comet tank ready to go.
Column tank now deployed in the field. Pack 40 connects. Panzergrenadier gains Faust. You have two AT guns here to engage the Stug. The Stug does not have enough armor to withstand it. Good pen there. Maybe another Panzerfaust, but it's probably still on cooldown. Nope, he managed to get the Panzerfaust off. And the comm tank looks like will be going down. Oh! And looks like the British player has surrendered. Throwing away his comet tank like that convinced him to surrender. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Something to notice as well, I forgot to clean up my hard drive space, so I'll probably have enough hard drive space for one more replay tonight, so it's going to be a relatively short stream. Also, in the meantime, I'm going to ban that spam bot that's on Twitch. And computers 2 is bugging out. There we go. And let's do 2v2. Of course, I still need to get a new mouse. Oh, there's a lot of people observing this one, and I double clicked. But I recognize all those players, so this should hopefully be a good game. Is there a hair in underneath my left mouse button? Is that what's causing the issue? Give me one moment while I try to blow it out. Oh well. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Heroes 2 replay. Well, on the south side as the yellow Soviet placer got Tropical Powell. Still butchered his name well enough. It is spelled a bit weird. It has a weird L. Will he take the L though, or will he give it? Spawn as his blue Soviet allies got Gro Connors, I think. I don't know how to properly pronounce that. Sponsor red OKW players, we got Falco _ Nero 22 trademark. And spawn as the green, not, why did I say green? Magenta OKW player, we got Salt Man trademark. Why did I say green? In 2v2's green is the color that does not show up. It can show up in, I think, 3v3 or 4v4s. Actually, sort of forget. Because you also get cyan and green for team 1, and for team alpha you get red, magenta, purple, and orange. Do have a tier 1 into penals into M3. What was I thinking? Not much. And we got a just conscript opener here. For red, we do have double grand offensive doctrine. Interesting. This player is really going for double Panzer Fusiliers. This player is also going for double Panzer Fusiliers. So we may see double Tiger this game, maybe not.
Panzer Fusiliers assigned to the front. Infantry!
Bit of damage there. Conscripts push forward. Do have what was I thinking? We do have the Sherman Pioneers there. Conscripts behind some light cover. Kubang does fall back. We do have Dr. Locke in the Soviet Combined Arms Army. We have access to Guards, MO-20s, and of course a Recon Overrun and Precision Bombing Strike, but there's no left 18's bomb. A possible clown car here by Blue. Panzer Fusiliers, of course, have an earlier anti-tank rifle grenade than the Volksgrenadiers. Another penal squad on the build queue. Panzer Fusiliers and Sturm Pioneers push way forward. We do have a bit of sandbags here.
Receiving effective fire! Panzer Fusiliers reporting for action. Enemy infantry!
We do now have the M3 falling back, take a significant amount of damage there. No flamer upgrade in the back of it. At the current rate, he doesn't really need one. Penals and combat engineers do fall back a little. Quite a bit of stuff to forward. Kubwagen has taken a bit of damage there. Penal squad nice and close, but so are the Sturm Pioneers. Either retarget it or has retarget towards it. Combat engineers taking damage first. Penal squad's a higher threat, but there's just simply way too much there for Blue to contest with. Conscripts behind some good heavy cover there. Combat engineers inside the garrison, or next to the garrison. Conscripts inside the garrison. 4 windows on the side. There's 4 models remaining. This guy here doesn't appear to have any flank shots to make against this one Sturm Pioneer model. Behind some heavy cover. Sturm Pioneers getting hit quite hard. And the Sturm Pioneers need to start falling back. Over here, do you have the penal squad nice and close? Of course, Blue is just sort of sending one unit at a time, getting overran. Do have early medics, not a bad idea at the current rate. As it was half track deployed up by Red, Magenta's already deployed the Battle Group HQ. Red could eye for the Mechanized HQ. You probably won't see that. M3 push right forward. Combat engineers in the back. Flameneers push away forward. Kino squad straight forward. And the Panzer Fusilier squad is also falling back. With 2 penal squads now pushed forward together, is able to fight a bit more effectively. Flamer does force the garrison out. Still no flamethrower here. Combat engineers do have good bolt action rifles, so having them mounted back is not a bad thing. And keeping distance, there's a mobile gun platform at this moment in time, which is not bad for combat engineers. Ooh, finds a landmine. Gets only 1 penal squad out of the 2. But this is really something he does not want to see at the moment. Conscripts getting overrun by the Kubwagen and the Sturm Pioneers. Sturm Pioneers move around. Panzer Fusiliers push forward. Looks like they got fresh G43 upgrades because they don't have 6 men. Engineers hitting the Sturm Pioneers who are cleaning up the landmine. Another Panzer Fusilier squad in the build queue for Red, putting them up to 4. He's starting to get some G43s out on the field now. He has still 75 munitions. Minesweeper on the Sturm Pioneer. You got a Maxim here for maximum firepower. Looks like the Zis gun tried to do a light artillery barrage, but was largely unsuccessful. And looks like Yellow's just getting overran by these G43 squads. A bit of a man spam for the Axis players.
Supply hub getter is ready for orders. Taking effective fire! Last promotion, the last bullet! Caution!
Up north, we do have these guys capturing, contesting. These guys before do have some guards on the field. Blue is the only one that's not selected doctrine. That feels a good time for a light artillery barrage. Yellow does not have enough munitions for a light artillery barrage though. But one of these squads probably get wiped on out. Penal squads could get some good work done, but there's even another tide of red infantry here. Needs to be behind some heavy cover. Yellow needs to immediately get behind heavy cover and establish a firing line against all these squads. Now is the only way you can hold back all those units, just simply get on a firing line, well, fire away. Let's see, blue could eye for mechanized support. IEC-152s could be very nice. Guard rifle, combined arms tactics. KV-1's always pretty good. Guard's always nice to have. ML-20s, I can never really make ML-20s work myself. Defensive community tactics. The Dishka and 120mm mortar both are pretty nice. 120mm mortar may have a bit of trouble versus these more mobile forces, but if the blobs stay blobbish, and it will do a good job of start calling off the blobs. 5th Panzer Fusilier by red? This also consumed his fuel. He has a sheer panzer quarters on the field. Both players have the sheer panzer quarters on the field. Likely red has authorized his panzers. Magenta has not. Tier 3 being built by yellow. And there goes the Kuhwagen.
IL-2 available for reconnaissance flight. We are losing territory.
Grenadiers are falling back. Conscripts and flame engineers engaging over here, but they are flanked. Stick grenade thrown. He retreats back. It was a aim stick grenade. He was actually off. Should put it more right there. But good try either way. It was largely successful. Light artillery barrage engaging. Direct hit. Next round probably won't do much. Squads and Sister VP now. Over here, do have a MG34. Let's see. Yellow is building his tier 4 now. Blue so has a good amount of fuel. Not even tier 3 built for blue. Red of tier 4 built. With mounted infantry here. T-3476 or Katusha. Pick one. Katusha seems like actually pretty good to me right now. Though you will have to get nice and close to go for a relatively point blank barrage. Assuming blue doesn't have Molotov's research. No, he does not. Strafing run, smoke run being deployed out over here. Right there, actually. Maxim gets smoked out. We do have a Soviet landmine, which would be very useful. I probably actually would have threw a satchel charge myself right there. Finds landmine does not get suppressed there. One squad falls back. This squad needs... Yeah, they both fall back there. Yeah, right now, the Soviet players need to get a lot of anti-blob tactics up and going.
is now available to all The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Blue's now research Molotov slash anti-tank grenades. Yellow's getting much more closer to a T-34-76. Thanks, Boozer, taking some damage.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Conscripts and commandeers sort of getting overrun. Got guards, more conscripts push right forward. This gun fires against Zoe's infantry. Next shot. Oh, he looks like he's getting hit by tall hitboxes around here. Except for that one. Penal squad advances some heavy cover. Shroom Pioneers try to get a flank on the Penals, and now they're going in from a bit more of a flank now. He is going to hit by the M3, who's now Veteran C3. Finds a landmine there. I'm pretty sure he has a Minesweeper upgrade already researched, just need to deploy it. This gun barrage. Oh, finds another landmine. Guards firing away behind some good light cover. And decides to brace dirt for the guards. Up here, the M3 pushed forward. Still no flamethrower on the back of it. Veteran C3 gets the increased mobility and weapon accuracy. And Veteran C2 allows the capture points. Guards taking some damage there, do fall back. And there's a T-34-76 now pulled up by Yellow, very nice. Blue is building Tier 3 now, or just built it. And if Blue would have enough manpower, he could also get his own T-34-76 out. Though right now, KV-1s could be very nice. Big problem right now is just manpower. He doesn't have enough for the tech structure, let alone even the tank. That could have been far worse on that penal squad with the big backdrop. Got even a Panzerstruck Panzerfusilier here. Maxim firing away. Shroom Pioneers getting forced on back. Good shot there in the penals. Like shots over here. Maybe try to hit the Maxim. Though it looks like he's actually barraging the conscript squad. Yellow's deploy another guard squad. Blue's now building Tier 4. If I can remember, it does connect on T-34-76. And some AoE suppression down the conscripts. Panzerfusiliers heading down south, engage some more conscripts. T-34-76. Roll received and missed there from the Kenworth. Conscripts, one of the Panzerfusilier squads do fall back. Comm engineers getting some good immolation, a good amount of splash damage in this location here. OKW Panzer IV straight forward. He does have some guards here for buttons and PTRS, not to mention the Zis gun. Part is fire turned on to the Zis gun. And once again, more Panzerfusiliers streaming down south. Does find a landmine there. Panzerfusiliers are starting to fall back. That one squad's still suppressed. Panzerporter does find the combat engineers. Panzer Force rotating around. M3 may receive a direct hit. Does. Overdrive's active. With all the coaxial impediments, it may pick it off still. The main gun destroyed it. Panzer Fusiliers push away forward. Guards do raise some more dirt. And Wilson Blue's going for a T485. For anti-vehicle, it's a very good asset. And if the opponents ever go for the Tiger Panzer, it's going to be very nice. Red has enough resources for the Tiger tank, just needs more command points. Trying to destroy some hedges. Prioritize fire turned on, sends a bounce, sends a miss. You're welcome. We do now have a landmine found by the guards. The other guard squad looks like took a hit there. May have been from a lag. Sandbags there do get destroyed. T476, advances way forward and advances way backward. Does take a hit there from the Kenworfer. Up here, we do have combatants to deploy out some landmines, trying to declare that land as mined. Destroys a bit of light cover there. There's actually three squads of Panzertrucks. Red has gone for 50-50 splits of Panzertrucks and G43. It's even rare enough to see the Panzertruck squad upgrade, which one of them just got wiped out. But he actually had a good number of them. Another Panzer Fusilier now on the field. Did he have that already in the build queue? Seems like a pretty fast deployment. Panzer Fusiliers following them back. We do have now the... what's we call it? Panzer Fusiliers in the center of the map. Katusha barrage there, but does get dodged. Yellow has gone for Katusha. Finds landmine there, takes a pretty good hit. It looks like the Picard squad does fall back. Looks like this carcass is very eager to see some stuff. It has a stick coming on out from its front. Found another landmine there, looks like. Crushes the carcass there. Panzertruck rolls a miss. Conscripts and penal squads push forward. Good shot there from T476. Panzer 4 straight forward, and as well as the Tiger tank. Rolls a miss there.
Show the enemy at 300 points.
Rifle flare summon does find a landmine there, very nice. And it looks like that Panzer 4 or T476 goes down. Excellent landmine placement there. Gets a pen there on the T4 on the Panzer 4. Maybe button would be a good idea right now. Does not button the Panzer 4. Blue still has not selected Doctrine. There's still a number of good choices for him. ICU-152 could be very nice. Mark target goes along with it. I know I forgot the Tiger tank in the big tidal wave of Panzer Fusiliers. He has up to 7 squads in the field. Right now, I think this player needs to get out his own Katusha to start engaging this stuff at his own discretion. Because I don't think I've ever seen this point ever decapture or neutralize in the team game before. Or any game. Guards not falling back. Does find dish gun placement, but their suppression rate is actually quite horrible. Flamer and Minesweeper squad does fall back. Goes out grenade, good stun grenade.
Tiger tank is ready for action.
So now we do have what sounds like 2 Tiger tanks now in the field. Does find the landmine there, flamethrower or Molotov thrown there. Does decrew the Maxim. Is hit there. Hero squad gets some good damage there. We do also have another landmine here. Does roll a miss there, avoids a landmine. S-35 does take a hit there. Some sort of artillery there. I think that's the Panzer artillery, the Panzer Commander artillery. Landmine still exists right there. Panzer are falling back. The Strum Pioneers right there. Various support opens between double the Kenwiffer. S-35 gets a good pen there on the teeth on the Panzer IV. Not Panzer IV, Panzer VI. Tiger. Does send some bounces there. Grenade does largely get avoided. Those the guards who eat a little bit. Squad's starting to fall back now. Another SW half track on the build queue for Magenta. Maybe eyeing for the mechanized HQ.
Supply half track is ready for order.
Does eat a good grenade there. Guards bracing dirt. And north, we do have the S-35 and Penals pushing forward. Power tank trying to hit the conscripts, rolls a miss. Tiger tank hits the Penal squad. Does take some hits there. Good pen there onto the Panzer IV. Tigers do send some rounds there. Gets a pen onto the Tiger.
Hold. Regimental HQ for mechanized units will be here to full strength.
Landmine here. It looks like the Tiger tank getting repaired. We do have some artillery raiding on in. Do have this blob once again. This gun could go for a light artillery barrage. He has enough munitions for it. Maybe even full bombing run at this rate.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Of course, it's a little bit difficult to hit a blob like that. Okay, tank does take some pens there. T-3476 does take some damage. Got these forces now falling back. Does find a landmine. Anti-tank rifle grenade does connect on T-3476. Conscripts and Penal Squad getting overrun. Does not throw a satchel charge there. Anti-tank Overwatch now being summoned. Guards and Conscripts push forward. He could try a bit of a buttoneer. Yeah, you guys are fighting a good number of Panzerfusiliers. That squad does get finished off and crushed. All those forces now falling on back. The cannon refers catch the VP. And I think that's the anti-tank Overwatch sort of shelling something or nothing. Oh, that time sitting the Tiger. We do now have the guards getting hit. Ooh. There goes that squad. Another S-35 on the build queue, which makes sense with double Tigers on the field. Panzer IV and Tiger at full health the moment. Panzer Fusiliers straight forward. Flame Engineers just getting overran. Falls back. Throws a stick grenade. Katusha maybe on for a point blank shot, but was a little bit too point blank. Panzer Oop, and Katusha's getting stuck on the terrain. It doesn't have crushed terrain like the heavy cover. Bottom run does rain on in, splashes the conscript squad a little bit there. T-476 does take some hits there. It looks like in-tank grenade may have connected, maybe a landmine, I can't really tell. Maxim trying to fire away. There is a marked target onto that Tiger tank. Penal squad straight forward. More penals conscripts over here. Light artillery barrage splashes some of these units. There's a stick grenade there, but does get avoided. Over here, do you have the Tiger tank advancing? Double Zis gun firing away. Yeah, there's actually a point in time we had 7 Panzer Fusiliers. Right now he does have 6 Panzer Fusiliers in the field. 4 of them has Panzerschrecks. Mechanized HQ getting peppered up a little bit there. Panzerschreck connects. Gets support on the field. He can throw a set charge to it. I don't know how many more shots it takes for a Panzerschreck. It looks like maybe 3. S-35 took some hits there. Does miss there. Over here we do have the MG-34 behind some good heavy cover. Guards who brace dirt. There goes that heavy cover. And so 3 of the 4 men. And all the men. And that's probably going to be destroyed MG. Transfer heading down south. Gets a good hit there. Ooh, another Katusha barrage there. Splashes a good number of Panzer Grenadiers, but not enough. I forgot to mention that Blue has gone for the defensive community tactics. Most of the Panzer Fusiliers are falling back. Good pen there. Pen. And the Tiger tank does take some hits there. Oh, rifle flare there, very nice. Guards brace some dirt. Zis gun, double pen there on the Panzer IV. Those throw a grenade there. And the guards do fall back. More pens there. Here we do have the guards engaging the excuse me, Panzer Fusiliers. This gun's trying to shoot the Zat tank. Does take another stick grenade there with brace endurance. Does merge onto the guards. Conscripts need to get there. SU-85 trying to hit that Tiger. Does. Panzer Fusilier, not Panzer Fusilier, Katusha engaging the MG-34. This one does take some hits. And looks like the barrage was a very partial barrage. Didn't think there was a full salvo there. Yep. I saw like 3 people observing the game, so I was like, might as well cast it. Plus my mouse is sort of broken, double clicked on it, so I was like, gonna cast this one. Maxim firing away, suppresses some of the Panzer Fusiliers. There was a grenade there. Good frag. Good hits there on the T-476. I'm gonna fall back now. Katusha reigns a little bit far again. And could probably try to go a bit more of a close range shot. Dangerous, but in this case would have been very worth it. Maybe a satchel charge would be very nice by the penals. A lot of Panzer firing away. Grenade there. Goes on Molotov. This auction doesn't really have to. I guess both these Okta players are eyeing to just throw stick grenades rather than try and bring in the officer artillery. And it's been quite successful. Penal squad's not falling back. Try to take over here with mark target. Suxafus, excellent idea. There's multiple AT guns in the field. That was a button, not mark target. Got a good amount of damage there. Tire tank. Maybe 1 pen off, at least 2. At most 2. Mortar crewmen trying to defend against these guys. You know, VPs wise, we got 304 versus 203. Well, it's 204. I think I saw at most 8 Fusiliers on the field at one point in time, but you've definitely deployed out more. And as you did replace some lost ones. I sort of view builds of what's on the field, not necessarily what has been on the field. A landmine now being built, but will be spotted and interrupted and cancelled off of Twitter. Stick grenade being thrown. Another Katusha barrage, this time far. I'm sort of missing the Kenwerfer, hating everything around it. Mortar here. Panzer Fusiliers forward. Got double Zisk gun here, versus 3, versus C2. Another T-476 on the build queue. T-476 gets a good shot there on the Shum Pioneers, forcing them back. S-35, T-404s, a lot of AT to hit that tank. No AT grenade onto it though, could have got the engines there. Panzer Fusiliers getting hit by the Katusha, getting some good hits there. Blue does need some repairs going. Penals and conscripts along the flank, all of these squads falling back. Blue has enough munitions for another tank Overwatch times 2, which could be useful over here. Maybe combine it for RAM. Up here, we do have good pens there on the Tiger. This T-34 is sort of a bad pathing. Good pens there. Suxafus barrage, that says allied barrage here, so somewhere around here. Nails of conscripts. Conscripts, only thing that needs to fall back. Got these forces pushing on the flank once again. There's support weapons there. Titan could use some repairs, nothing too much. Vicannable for camouflage. Some pioneers here. Here, mortar. Here, guards. PTRS hitting the Sturm pioneers. Over here, do hear multiple pens and hits onto the Tiger. Yeah, somebody else got a point field. Oh, Jagdpanzer. Yeah, I guess you really need to, something to arrange the anti-tank with your own anti-tank. Not sure if that's the best option. I do like the Jagdpanzer. I just don't think it's absolutely great at this moment. The other two Foos probably wouldn't be half bad, honestly. If you hit the infantry, then the vehicles don't have any support. But this will be able to range Su-85 a bit more easily. Tiger tank's starting to fall back. It's not a bad option, just one I just sort of disagree. Though it does find a pretty good flanking hits there onto the Su-85, getting 2 pens before it even retaliates. Got stuck on focus sight there. Oh, anti-tank rifle when it connects. More pens done for. No, I have to eat crow right now. Rolls a miss. Rolls another miss. Buttons it. Okay, that Su-85 should have gone down. Smoke there. Drop PTRS there. T4 Sim 6 not getting proper targeting. Rolls a miss there. Okay, things are living when they really shouldn't be. Katusha barrage around here. Looks like it's missing though. Takes out the Zis gun. Conscripts and commandeers moving forward. Getting some good damage here. Since they're really stacked up, the flamethrowers splash damage is getting a good amount of, well, splash damage. Su-85 following him back on T-34 76. Repairs on the Su-85. Six Foos barrage running on in. Penal squad. Oh, grenade on the other penal squad. Anti-tank overwatch with a mark target from his teammate. No, it's marking something else over here. Actually, I'm not sure what it is marking. Either way, aircraft got shot down. Tiger tank will skip on out of there. Howdy. Oh, sorry, I did not. I need to take a look at that. Oh. There are lag spikes there, because Computers 2 is a game of still memory bleed. Yep, I will take a look at that after the stream. And I'm probably going to have end the stream a little bit early due to the nature of my hard drive space lacking. I'll see this. I'm pretty sure that's something I can do for videos, but I'm not sure if there is a capability for that in live streams. I guess I'll find out. Stick grenade's been thrown. Splashes the guards there a little bit. Commandeers push forward. PTR still on the ground. My memory is horrible right now. Oh. Finally got a pen down the Tiger tank. Double pen down the Tiger tank. The Jagdpanzer has been repaired. Misses Su-85. Received a pen from the Su-85. Over here we do have, looks like the conscripts taking some hits there. Do have now Katusha barrage running on in. Blue's trying to capture the left flank. 90 VPs remaining for blue, or allies, Soviets. Red Oak Tree players have 263, so plenty. That's a lot of Panzer Shreks. It's Shreks, Panzers. Destroys his own buddy's heavy cover there and explodes. T-476 get some good shot there. I heard a Summery barrage. Got some damage there, it looks like. And another T-476 goes down. He's not keeping those guys alive at the moment. Katusha, are you off cooldown? No, you're not. His teammates Katusha's pushing forward, get some damage there, but a little bit too slow. Grenade. Range a little bit short. Fire tank advancing. Gets a bit of splash hit there on the penals. Penal squad's getting wiped out. Blue's just losing a little bit of everything right now. Yellow's pushing forward. Those do have another drop P2S. Grenade there again. I swear, those grenades are hard to see. I don't see them flying in the air. Unless I'm just going crazy. Granted, if I'm not really paying close enough attention, paying attention to everything, I don't really try to look for something small like that. Molotov gets thrown, immolating the Panzer Fusiliers a little bit. The other side sprint forward, trying to Katusha once again. Poor pathing or poor player control. May go down this time around. This gun's firing away there. S-35 trying to go for a bit of a crushing, if not interruption. Commandeer's fighting. And it does fall back there. Combat engineers may pick it off. Oh, that's also a guard squad. They actually do have largely similar models, actually. Up north, we do have another anti-tank Overwatch. Okay, that's a smoke run for spotting. Maybe for Stuksafus. Stuksafus, push way forward. Firing something over here. Oop, those splash that guy. But only splash. Oh, Panzer, however, finished off. Oh, anything Overwatch not connecting. He sees the circle. That circle does subside at the last mument. With that circle gone, he is now vulnerable to sea bear attacks. S-35 hitting the Tiger tank a couple times. Good shot there on the guards. Good pen there on the Tiger. Guards pushing forward. Looks like multiple pins there in the Tiger tank. Tiger tank's now obviously 3. Can still take some hits, but you really don't want to. Panzers are pushing forward, trying to hit the Panzer squad there. Good volume to that one. Get some good hits there. Consequent penal squad's engaging. Another Panzer Fusilier this time hits 2 of the Panzer Fusiliers quite nicely. Does not wipe out that one there. Conscripts and guards, or conscripts and penals hitting that Panzer Fusilier. Tiger tank has taken some hits there. It takes another hit there. Now reached Veterancy 5. Efficiency 5 gains increased mobility, speed, and acceleration. So very responsive. Let's more accurately reloads more quickly. Shoots down the marked target immediately, or the recon overflight. So used to seeing Soviet marked target, I forget that Soviets do also have a recon overflight ability. In this case, it only has that. These guys get ripped apart by all the tanks. Oberstlossen and Panzer Fusiliers pushing forward, hitting these Zis guns. These guys need to start falling back. One weapon does get decrewed. Panzer Fusilier or Katusha barrage getting some good hits there. Panzer Fusilier does sprint forward. and decides to wait out the Katusha barrage before retreating back. Very good. Panzer Fusilier squad may get wiped on L. Ooh, great leg shot there. Over here, do got Panzer Fusiliers moving forward. Tiger tank. Tiger tank is efficiency 5. S35 is efficiency 3. Gets a pen. Katusha barrage raining on in. Tiger tank firing away. Fus barrage raining on in. It says right here. Largely a miss. Try to go with the Katusha. Panzer Fusiliers smoking out the base. Panzertrucks entering the base. Okay. There's of course another Dishka here, but Dishkas actually have a pretty bad suppression rate, but when there's two of them, it actually gets a decent amount of suppression. Gains a good amount of damage there. This guy needs to fall back. Molotov thrown. He's going to be braving the fire. Another one gets pinned. Of course, when you're surprised, you have a pretty bad reload rate and does fall back there. Another T-476 on the build queue. Katusha barrage running on in. Gains a great hit on the Observatsen. All those infantry units falling back, Tiger tank falling back. And now the Axis players at 80 tickets, or allies are at 80 tickets. Axis players at 160. 100% difference, which both of them are still pretty low. Kilo squad falls back. Got another Katusha barrage hitting this Panzer Fusilier, forcing him back. Conscript Runway 4 got another S-35 shot onto it. Over here, do you have, looks like the Panzer taking some hits there. AT grenade connects. Flame engineers firing away. Panzer Fusiliers push way forward. Conscripts do take some good hits. Katusha barrage onto this blob. Gets a good hit there. T-485 or T-476 gets good hit. Destroys that weapon. Got a Stukasafus barrage right here. Splashes that one a little bit, scratches this paint job. It scratches quite easily. Guards somehow escaped out of there. Could have sworn it would be wiped out. Panzer Fusiliers heading down south. We've got T-476 moving forward. Red's Tiger tank is below half health. Katusha barrage running on in. Getting some great hits there.
We have lowered the enemy to 75 points.
Multiple pens there on the Tiger tank. Right now the Axis players have great fuel control. The Allies have got their sectors cut off. We do have another reconnaissance overflight flying about. This gun's hitting the Kubelwagen, who's veteran C4. Kubelwagen goes down. Guards will catch the Central VP. They do need to fall back. This gun's doing light artillery barrages. Yellow's munitions have largely consumed. Blue has plenty to spare. Looks like that light artillery barrage just straight up misses.
Panzer 4 deployed. Await
Our conscripts do take some damage there. Penal squad in light cover. Nope, got a artillery barrage, 6 boost barrage. Not sure what to hit. Conscript squad does fall back. Got the penal squad take some damage there. Panzer Fusiliers do connect the T-476. That was a rifle flare. I got a bit confused by that. This Tiger tank goes up the Veteran C4. Veteran C5 Tiger tank advancing, finds Veteran C3 Su-85. Pens for both. Su-5 does fall back there. Pens 4 advancing. Looks like this one received a miss. Does like a pen there. We do have another tank Overwatch being summoned. Maxim getting overrun. We got some good suppression across here. Officer Panzer Artillery does knock out the Maxim. Pantrax here, maybe some Molotovs to keep these guys warm, but we got now the Katyusha barrage. Ooh. Could have been far worse, almost the Katyusha barrage. And here's the Tiger tank, Veteran C5 now, SU5, Veteran C3. We do have marked target. Or is that a button? Seems like a button, honestly. Tiger tank does go down. It was a button over here. I keep on forgetting there's actually no marked target available this game. I was so used to saying marked target. Nope, just good old-fashioned button. Pioneers getting some good damage there. Soviet players on 35 tickets, Axis players at 103, and counting in their favor. Tiger tank starting to fall back now. Stick grenade throw does eat it. Smoke barrage there for smoke run from Magenta. Magenta does have enough, has all the structures meant for the King Tiger. Magenta could go for the King Tiger for now. 30 spare population. Yeah, probably should just go for King Tiger rather than regular Tiger. Six Foods Barrage raining on in. Approximately are raining around here. Maybe in the mortar. Guards to get forced back. VP getting decaptured. Katyusha barrage nails, wipes out the Obsaratzen. Over here, do have now the anti-tank Overwatch here. Katyusha barrage hitting over here, force back one Panzer Fusilier. This one just should be far enough forward. They'll make it splash a little bit. Maxim still hitting it though. Oh, finds a mortar hit there. Don't think that was a landmine.
100 points remain. Keep organized the assault.
Got a captain in favor of the Soviet players, but it's 15 tickets versus 93 at the moment. In other words, both players shrunk about 70 tickets since the last time I really mentioned it. It was 80 versus 160. Here comes the Pantrax once again. He can force fire the ground around here. He force fire the ground right around there. Of course, got this emplacement way over here. This one will be destroyed shortly.
We are down to 75 points.
Officer artillery there. We got multiple machine gun emplacements. Oh, those things explode with a bit more force than I remember. More stick grenades there. Mortar gets a pretty good hit there. And the Soviet players have resigned. Sandgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. As mentioned beforehand, I'm actually running out of hard drive space. I have about 20 minutes of hard drive space for our recordings, so I'm going to have to end the stream a little bit early. Sandgrade saying, thank you for watching,